Ooh, the weather's getting nice. It's now spring outside.
Yeah, it has gotten nice and warm.
Yeah. So let's look at the first question.
Sure.
Number 1, what is your favorite weather and why?
Ooh, I think it's appropriate that the weather outside matches my answer for this question, which is spring. I love spring.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that it's that perfect in-between of like that summery feeling, yet it's not too hot that it's like, you're dying in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for me, like I like a cool breeze, but I guess actually my favorite weather is and it's gonna sound crazy, but when it's snowing.
I mean, I was going to say you're Canadian, right?
Yeah.
That sounds very accurate.
But yeah, like, it's just like when it brings back childhood memories too, like of me when I look out my bedroom window at night and just see the street lights and then snow.
Oh,
so
that's
like
cool.
a black backdrop with like the white just blowing, like it's very like tranquil. And so I just like that, seeing that. And like, so even I was on a movie shoot a few months ago, and they made like fake snow, and we were filming at the nighttime.
Ooh.
And like I kept getting hypnotized by just staring at the snow and the lights. Yeah, and it just brings back. So I like snow too because there's lots of fun activities you can do with it.
Sure.
Yeah, and I'm not a person that likes hot weather, so I guess it's the opposite.
I'm with you. I hate hot weather. I'm Australian, so we have like crazy hot summers, but not a fan.
Okay, do you want to do number 2?
Yeah. Question number 2 is: do you feel different because of the weather? Sorry. And how do different types of weather affect your emotions?
Right. So yeah, I'm a person that doesn't like hot weather.
Sure.
So it makes me, when it's hot and like humid outside, like it really, like I just start to like sweat and it really like it feels like I'm like being drained. And then as well as when it's like muggy and rainy, that affects my mood. Like I feel kind of like sad and down, depressed.
Sure. Yeah. I know there's like seasonal depression, right? Usually in winter, you tend to feel more sort of down and, but then when it is sunny, you get all that nice vitamin D and makes your mood better.
Yeah, and the good weather brings my emotions up. How about you?
Yeah, I think I'm the same too. I can definitely tell in winter I'm more, kind of down in the dumps or, that lack of sun just really gets to you, I think. So, I mean, I like winter too. So I think it's more about the sun not being there. That's why my mood's down. Not that it's winter, because I do like winter. But yeah, so I think it does affect your emotions. I think so. Yeah.
All right. I mean, well, winter makes me happy, but it makes you not as happy. I'm disappointed.
I like winter.
I'm disappointed.
No, I like it.
Okay, let's look at number 3. Would you rather live somewhere that is dry and hot all year round, or live in a place that has clear, different seasons, or a place that has some kind of climate?
Ooh, I think I definitely like living in a place with different seasons, distinct seasons. I don't think I could live in a place like, Dubai or somewhere where it's just hot all year round. I think that would drive me crazy. But also I don't think I could live in a place like, I don't know, Greenland or someplace where it's cold almost all year round. So I love that, sort of different seasons.
It's I would love to live in a place that has 4 distinct seasons. The dry, like hot weather would it just having that every day. I would like you would know what's happening tomorrow, but then you would you had nothing to look forward to.
True, that's true.
But actually, I'm from Canada and you're from Australia. So we're on different sides of the hemisphere. Yeah. So how are the seasons, the 4 distinct seasons, like in Australia?
So we do have distinct different seasons, but we're also known as having sort of 4 seasons in a day. Like we can have a day where it's like really warm, but then suddenly it'll like rain or get kind of a cool change. So it can be kind of chaotic. But some places in Australia are desert. So we do have some places that are hot all the time. But from where I'm from, we do have different seasons, distinct seasons. So I think I appreciate that. And where you're from, is there seasons too?
So I'm from Toronto. Toronto, we have 4 seasons, but they're not divided 4 months, 4 months, 4 months, 4 months kind of.
Okay.
usually in Toronto, there's actually like 2 winter periods.
Oh, interesting.
So from November to the start of March, there's there's kind of like the first winter.
Okay.
The true winter.
Sure.
And then it warms up, and then you could go outside in your t-shirt by the end of March, and then suddenly April. Second winter comes for about like 3 more weeks. It snows.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
Yeah, and then you have like spring in May and June.
Yeah.
Then summer is July and August. And then you get into fall weather around September, October. Oh. And then winter starts in November again.
Wow.
So it's like 6, 2, 2, 2.
Yeah. Big emphasis on winter.
Yeah, and like spring is actually like the rainy season for where I'm from. So it rains a lot. And we even have like a motto like May showers bring me flowers. And
that's nice.
Yeah. And and then like April, because I said there's the second winter, like in like a lamb, out like a lion, in like a lion, out like a lamb.
Oh.
So it's like if it starts off bad, then it'll become good. But then if it starts out good, it'll become bad.
Oh, cool. Interesting. Yeah. I like that. Alrighty, let's see our next question. Question 4 is, have you ever caught a cold because you chose a wrong outfit that isn't suitable for the weather, and what happened?
Oh, I constantly, when I was back home, constantly misdressed for the weather.
Oh, yeah?
So, in the wintertime, I would just be wearing like Converse shoes. And they would always get wet. And then, so I always had like a runny nose in the wintertime.
Fair enough.
But I always underdress because I just judge the weather by the climate in my apartment before I leave, and then I step out and I'm always misdressed.
Although I've seen like some of my Canadian friends, like they tend to wear less layers in winter because they're kind of used to the sort of colder weather, whereas like I feel like I need to rug up way more. So have you noticed that you tend to wear less layers than
I don't wear a lot of layers, and then even that when I often like don't even do up my coat too.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm more, I guess I'm more familiarized with the cold weather than I am with the hot weather.
Sure.
Have you ever caught a cold?
Yeah, I think I have. Although, not that, I don't know, not that I can remember, because it's been a while since I've like caught a cold, like knock on wood, hopefully that'll stay. But definitely I tend to also go on the sort of lighter side with my clothes, and then I go out and realize, I should have worn way more layers. I think I've fallen victim to that too. Yeah,
I usually in the winter I just have a cold, but I'm just used to also just taking cold medicine all the time.
Yeah.
And just just dealing with it.
Yeah, sure.
Muscling it out.
Yep.
Okay. Number 5. Is there any activity you want to do in spring, summer, fall, and winter? So let's go through all 4.
Okay, let's do that. So spring, which is right now. Yep. So right now, this is kind of specific to, I guess, where we are here in Korea, but cherry blossom season is spring.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, the best part about this season is going out and sort of picnicking out around cherry blossom, going for walks, seeing the nice sort of, scenery around. So
similar for spring. Just going out on walks. Yesterday, actually, I met with my friend at Latte, and we walked around the Latte Lake and all that.
That's so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a guy friend. We were just like chatting about guy stuff, workout, diet.
You can do that anyway.
Getting old, shit. Like, what hair products are you using?
Nice.
How about summer for you? What do you want to do in summer?
Ooh, I feel like summer, the sort of key thing is, beach or pool or sort of tanning, just kind of being outside, enjoying the sun and doing something like that.
Yeah. So like spring is the time when you're like rushing to get your body into like bikini shape.
Oh yeah.
bathing suit shape.
So, yeah.
So swimming has always been fun for me to do in the summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. As well as like barbecuing too, like outdoor activities, picnics.
Hell yeah. Love a good barbecue. Yeah. What about you in fall? What's your favorite thing?
Again, like fall weather, I is actually probably one of my favorite kind of weather because it's kind of cool. But I like seeing the changing of the leaves, Canadian, of course. And
Nice,
this is like always like this would be around the time too, like trying to get the last barbecues out, meeting with your friends because everyone's about to go inside for a few months.
Sure, that makes sense.
And fall for yourself?
Fall for me. I guess, I mean, I liked it when I was living in the States. It was nice to sort of have that Thanksgiving kind of, you know, pumpkin, everything's like pumpkin flavored now and, you know, that kind of vibe. So it's not so much here, although I have seen pumpkin spice flavored like stuff in Starbucks here too during that time. So I guess it's that kind of like pumpkin-y sort of getting to Christmas feel sort of flavors. I don't know. I feel like I like those foods.
Pumpkin's a delicious flavor. Yeah.
It is.
Pie.
Yeah,
and that's the only time you can find pumpkin pie is at Costco.
Oh, true. Makes sense.
And then the winter time.
Winter. Okay, so I am a big skier. I love skiing. So for me, every winter, you know, if I can go to snow and ski, that's always going to be a good time for me. So, yeah.
Sorry. Winter, geez. Because there's not a lot, I like actually like even going for like winter walks. Oh. Because I like the snow and I like, so you go on a walk and like the snow absorbs all the sound around you. So again, that's very peaceful. So it's like almost like meditation.
Sure.
But there's not a lot of snow in Korea. Yeah. In the winter, I don't have much to do. I just hang out with my friends.
Yeah, that's always fun
play
too.
Video games, I guess.
Sure. Alrighty. So our next question is, do you trust the weather forecast? And which weather forecast is the most accurate? How do they often get it right?
Ooh, that's I don't trust the weather forecast.
No.
Like today, it was supposed to rain like all morning. Yeah. And I look outside the window right over there.
It is
sunny. Hello, Mr. Sun.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I often don't trust it, and so I don't even check in. That's why often I leave my house improperly dressed. And
there we go. Yep. I agree. I sometimes I will check, but then it often, you know, is incorrect. Like I'll see that it's like supposed to rain. I'll bring an umbrella, and then it's a waste of like bringing an umbrella, or vice versa. It says no rain today, and then it starts pouring. I'm like, great, thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, this goes into the number 7.
Yeah.
What do you usually do when it rains?
Ooh, I'm not a fan of the rain. I know some people love being out in the rain. I can't stand it. So usually if it starts raining, I'll try to like get to some kind of shelter as soon as I can. If it's a cafe or, you know, whatever, just try and get indoors.
Yep.
But I love rain when I am at home indoors, where I'm nice and like, you know, snuggly in bed or something and can, you know, rug up and sort of look at the rain on the outside, not being there. So
I'm a person that often doesn't carry an umbrella.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't even remember there being an umbrella in my house when I was a child.
Oh wow.
So yeah, like and like the rain was just a mild hindrance. So if you got caught in the rain, you would just, you know, grab a newspaper and go home. But you would come home and just change out of your wet clothes. But it wasn't. But in Asia, like there's the acid rain and people don't like it. So yeah, I often don't have an umbrella. I have to buy one. But like yourself, if I'm at home, that's probably the time when I watch like a rom-com movie.
Yeah, that's the atmosphere, the mood for that.
While you just hear the raindrops in the background.
I know, it's perfect. Alrighty, so our next question is, how did people predict the weather in the old days?
Well, are we talking about magic? Rain?
I don't know. Is there magic involved?
I get like, well, there was like, you would have like the shaman or like a rain dance and predict the weather. True.
I guess, that would be part of it. I don't know how else. I mean, there would be, what are those like weather... those things that have like, you know, spin, like it spins for the wind.
Oh, yeah, like a wind,
wind
turret kind of.
I guess that was for maybe seeing like, I guess wind, but wouldn't predict rain or whatnot.
Weather vine.
That's it. I guess there was that, but yeah.
But that would just tell you which way the wind was blowing, kind of.
Right, yeah.
I guess you would have to keep a calendar. There's that thing called the Farmer's Almanac.
Okay. I haven't heard of that.
It is like a calendar. It's basically, I guess, someone just kept track of the weather day by day for like 10 years, and that allowed people. And then you got kind of a more of a sense what the weather would be like.
That makes sense. So I guess, they could have just tracked it.
Yeah, so like put the calendar, like you have the calendar, I'm like, okay, we're getting into the rainy season or the summer season, the dry season.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would have been hard to know any day if there was going to be rain or not.
Yeah.
You would have just had to
you could
hope for the best.
Yeah, you just look at the signs around you.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah.
True. Alrighty.
Okay, number 9.
Yeah.
Do you feel different depending on the season?
I think so. I think this kind of goes back to our earlier question about, does your emotions, change with the weather? I think that if it goes into the seasons that I sort of appreciate more, like everything but summer, essentially for me, I feel like, it does affect your mood and sort of feel better. Yeah. Because you just enjoy the weather. Yeah.
Again, it affects my moods. I would say actually the winter season, I have the feeling of like loneliness because you're like you know that you're going to be like bundled up. You're going to be locked in your house for a while. And you kind of want to find a companion to do stuff with.
Sure. Yep.
To keep warm beside or something like that.
Yep. Of course, that would be.
If you're not going to be too active, you want to at least share your time with someone else.
Sure. Yep. Definitely. All right, and let's see our last question. It is, suppose you were traveling in a different country and you lost your shoes. What would you do? Interesting.
Well, even like country by country, like there's different shoes.
Sure.
Like in Southeast Asia, like a lot of people wear sandals or like flip-flops, thongs.
There we go, thongs.
If in Thailand, I actually just pack my thongs, my flip-flops always. If I lost them, those are easily replaced.
True. Yeah, I was going to say that. But I guess like if you're in, Canada or somewhere else that's got more sort of extreme weather, then you're pretty stuffed if you've lost your, good shoes, right? Like you need to buy boots or sneakers or something. Yeah.
I think a lot of places I've traveled to, people have been like, the locals have been very generous. So if I did lose shoes, it would probably be someone that would like, hey, give me a pair of used shoes, my size, to help me out.
Yeah, I guess I'd just go to the nearest store and buy what I can find.
Yeah, just something cheap. I would buy the cheapest replacement.
Exactly.
Because I would be heading home and where my other shoes were.
Right, exactly.
I'd be, shucks. Well, that's the topic of weather. Thanks for listening. Qualcomm is not just a language exchange cafe, but it's actually a cultural exchange cafe where people can meet up and make friends and even celebrate. They have monthly parties depending on the locations. As well as if you have further questions about Qualcomm, you could contact them on their website at qualcomm.co.kr. I've been Jeff.
And I'm Mia.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.